thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm so glad you did, and I'm so glad you're here. I wanted to cover quickly a few topics that I just discussed in a live video on my Facebook group. I wanted to look at these questions again really quickly because, of course, a live can get kind of convoluted and a little bit rambly because it is a live. And so I wanted to just quickly record a video getting across these specific important points. Can a doctor decide to not tell a woman that she is in fact pregnant? Can a doctor tell a woman you're not pregnant when she actually is pregnant? This is a major question that floats around and is you know, these women in the extended gestational cryptic pregnancy community of 18 months to 7 years. This is what they say. They say that their doctor has decided to tell them that they are not pregnant when they are in fact pregnant, or that the doctor is lying to them about their pregnancy. So to simply answer the question, yes, a doctor or any medical professional can decide to lie to any patient for any reason. They do this at the risk of losing their license and their ability to practice medicine. And this is a very big deal. The patient can sue the medical professional if they decide to not disclose any important information, especially something as important as a pregnancy, because this concerns more than one person's health and more than one person's well-being. Because if the woman is actually pregnant and the doctor tells her that she's not pregnant and she goes on to do all her normal things she does when she's not pregnant, that can affect the health of the unborn child. And this is a very huge deal. So yes, a doctor can tell a woman you're not pregnant when she actually is pregnant, but they're at risk for being sued for malpractice and among many other things. And it's a huge lawsuit for this doctor and a huge hassle. They can lose everything. And this is another reason why I stress so often and so vigorously about anybody who asks me directly, or even in these videos. I always tell women, get more than one opinion. Go to more than one doctor. If you go to a doctor and a doctor tells you you're not pregnant and you don't believe that doctor, you think that doctor's a liar, go to another doctor. Figure out if that doctor's a liar, or whatever opinion you're going to have. But get more than one opinion, because it is very unlikely that all doctors will decide to lie to you and tell you that you're not pregnant when you actually are pregnant. It's very unlikely that all doctors will keep this very important information from you. It is very unlikely that all doctors will keep this diagnosis of pregnancy from you or from the woman. You may get one or two that lie, maybe, but for you to go to, 5 or 6 doctors, it is highly unlikely that all of them will have decided to risk losing their license and their ability to practice medicine. If you believe that you are pregnant and for whatever reason you think that you were misdiagnosed and given the diagnosis of being not pregnant when you actually are pregnant, go to another doctor. If these doctors refuse to give you any kind of medical test, I want you to tell them to put that in my medical record, that you refuse to give me an ultrasound, a blood test, a urine test, a x-ray, a MRI, a CT scan, anything, any kind of testing that you request your doctor to give to you so that you can try to figure out what is going on, and they straight up refuse to give this to you, I want you to request for them to put that in your medical record that they refused XYZ tests, and I bet you they will change their mind, their approach. They'll change how they're approaching you if you in fact request for them to record that they are denying you these medical tests. This is a big deal. If a doctor denies a patient a medical test and later on it's found out that this test would have diagnosed them. So this is why I always suggest getting more than one opinion. And I definitely suggest that every single doctor that you see, I don't care if it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 doctors, if they refuse any kind of medical testing for you, please request for them to put that in your medical record, that they denied these medical tests for you, and see what happens. So I just want to quickly go over stigma. I have covered it on this channel, but I haven't covered it in a while, and I really want to kind of recap on it. Stigma causes individuals to feel shame for something that is out of their control. Even worse, stigma prevents people from talking about and seeking the positive help they need. Now, this is for everything and anything. This doesn't just apply to phantom pregnancy. This applies to any kind of trauma that you've experienced as an individual throughout your life, from very, very young to now. So you can have, you can with the world being filled with so many different opinions and so much information. I mean, there is so much information out there that you have to filter through. Stigma is something that, with certain topics, it just follows it. So like stuff like infertility, stuff like phantom pregnancies, any kind of mental issues, any kind of health problems in general, with any and all of these experiences, because many people can experience many of these things in their lifetime. I encourage you to talk about your experience and then take the time to educate yourself as well as others, because when you're educating others, it's re-cementing it into your consciousness. Talking about your experiences and what you've experienced with any kind of subject. Mine happens to be on this channel, phantom pregnancy and false cryptic pregnancy, and my whole experience with that. And then just my experience in general with trauma. Like I've covered things as far as like my absent father, losing my mother, accidents that have happened in the past. I've briefly covered some of the traumas that I've experienced that have also contributed to, my mental health during my phantom pregnancy. And so, talking about that experience was so healing. I mean, just talking to a camera and that's it. This whole process was extremely healing for me. And so I encourage others, I mean, even if you don't post these videos or post things, even if you just write it down, get it out. Get it out. Even if you just talk to God about it and you don't want to like write it down or videotape it or any evidence of it, just talk. Talk to others about it when you feel comfortable. I know it's going to take some time for anybody to get to the point where talking about certain experiences without, being very, very emotional about it, comes with time. But I also encourage anybody who's dealing with any kind of mental illness, any kind of mental health issues, any kind of health issues in general, to be honest and talk to people about your treatment. you talking about how you're being treated, or how you're going to the doctor, or how you're getting answers, or how you're not getting answers, might encourage somebody else to seek testing and treatment for something that has been, bothering them and keeping them from living their whole life and being happy and being healthy and being pain free. So deciding to not harbor self-stigma, deciding to not hide from the world in shame of what you have experienced and your experiences in your childhood that were out of your control. There's some traumas that you had no control over. I think talking about my experience and sharing from the bottom of my heart what I experienced has been the most healing tool that I could have used. And it was a very unexpected tool, because I didn't expect making videos and talking about my experience so often to be so healing, but that's exactly what happened. And so to me, it feels like God just led me down this journey, and with the continued questions and information that I have about for future videos, I mean, it just reaffirms to me that I am doing something positive for women, for the women who are looking for unbiased information. And so in owning your experience and talking about your experience and not feeling shamed or regret or fear or anything towards that experience, it takes time. Trust me, it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. But working on it, productively working on it, and knowing that eventually you will get to a place of peace in that experience, and you will be able to talk to people about it. And in talking about it will just further heal you, will just help you to be a productive member of society, a productive member of your family, and hopefully keep your spirituality and your faith strong. So I hope somebody got some good information out of this video. I know it's kind of random and jumps all over the place, but I just wanted to cover those important topics and get them out on this channel, because I've talked about them, but I haven't talked about them in a while, and I want to, this is important information. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're happy. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're having a great day. Okay, stay blessed, friends. Bye.